So it's another day. The market was open, and it was another day. There were multiple biotech and pharmaceutical company runners in small price stocks and small caps. I just got to my desk and already looked at a few things, and I'm looking at the 8% gainer scan here today, and these are stocks that are just up 8%, and the stock price is less than uh, well, it's like usually less than 20, but I'm not sure what this filter is. Yeah, it's less than $20 a share, and it stocks with high day range, so it has a day range above 2%. So it's ones that are pretty volatile or have big percentage moves. So I'm seeing some familiar names here. Well, one of the things that popped out just now is the dry bulk shipping ETF BDRY. So BDRY is one I've been watching a long time, and that one was up today. Even though the market was up just a little bit, looks like I'm seeing the Nasdaq was barely um, positive, like break even really. The This one was pretty green, but it looks like it's still in a downtrend. So these things really kind of failed up here, and it broke the momentum. But of course, the main things I'm going to talk about is the biotech industry and some of these ones that just started moving today and got some good technicals going. I just added a couple more to my watch list. So I've got just a boatload of these things now on my watch list. And there's some big movers in biotech today, like AMRN or drugs. I think this one's just a drug company. I'm not sure it's a biotech. It's actually yeah, a drug company, pharmaceuticals. This one was up a lot, and this ticker I remember from the past too. It's had some big runs years ago, like back yeah, 2016 was a big year for it, and I think it goes back even farther. Yeah, 2010, big spikes in '04. Yeah, this thing every few years or so it just has a big run, and I remember it. I guess from maybe 2016, as I remember it. Um, it did well in 2016 too. So it does have a history of moving with the industry. So that's kind of what I've been trying to just focus on those ones. So I really can't trade all these, so I just try to put the best ones out and add them to my watch list, and then just share them with you guys or gals. Just just to put them out there because some of these are really still going, but I do have a lot of positions. Like I do have positions in probably about half the ones on my watch list, but I may have to add some more because we just got some more movers today. Like, well, the AMRN came in, and this IMPP has a really good chart today too. I don't know how I missed this. I missed this one in my scans from previous days because the consolidation was really nice. This sort of really slowly uptrending consolidation where it just made some higher lows, like just slowly is going up, for a couple weeks. So it looks really like a triangle, but it's just like it's basically broke out of a range there, like a pennant, and it got some good technicals going because it broke over this level here. I'm just kind of doing these on the fly. This isn't staged or scripted or coursed or anything. It's not really staged, so I'm just kind of going through these things as I see them. as fast as I can. So IMMP, it's got some good technicals going. Broke over the previous resistance there, so it's in a new trading range. Even because it's kind of got a lot of resistance there still, but looks like it took out a lot of it today. I mean, this thing, yeah, there's 250, like 250, 260 was a pretty good resistance level, but the closes on those days were lower, so I think this thing has got some room to go still, and it does have some history of runs. I mean, it can get going. Like 2015, something big happened then. The thing spiked insanely. So it can run too, and it's got in the long-term chart. It kind of looks like a rounding bottom here. It could be setting up. You know, if it does hold these levels. But these biotech stocks that I've been adding to my watch list, they're mostly only good on breakouts, unless there's like a really good, like some of those bull flags I found, they're just really clean. So those you can kind of front run the breakout. And the other one I added was TLPH. It's just got another kind of similar chart to the last one. Just broke out over the level there, so it put in kind of a rounding bottom there, and it's got some room to go. About 140 to 120 is a lot of resistance there, so I think it's got a good shot to go to like 120, 130. I'm not sure about the history on this one, because I just noticed the technicals just shaped up there, but it looks like there's not a ton of buy volume that comes in. It's come in the last year. It has some little spikes, probably reverse splits maybe. Not sure. And then it had a good run in 2013. And my INO just keeps running. I've got INO calls, and INO's just had a big move. Excuse me. So yeah, INO's just continuing to go after it broke out of that base. It kind of looks like a lot of the other ones. They break out of this, they break above that level, and I've just been showing a lot of these charts like for weeks now, months really, where they get a base and they bottom out and then they break over a level and they just have some room where the buyers are just willing to get in at those levels that didn't hold before. And it looks like one of my watch lists here didn't have a good day, but those were the bios that were caught my eye in the scans, just in my 8% gainer scan. And there's even more biotech running. Like I saw some other names in the 8% scan, and yeah, there's just so many of them now. Like I might go through some more scans later tonight, but my other bio watch list, the XERS was really good today, and found that one a while back, and yeah, that was another bull flag there off of trend support, and really good print today on high volume. Might have been some news coming out on that one. I haven't checked it, but it looks pretty like the volume was pretty unusual there. Yeah, they got a license agreement for XERS, and This one's a biopharma too, so I'm just looking at this. They got a license agreement for Amgen to develop, manufacture, and commercialize a subcutaneous formulation of teprotumumab using their technology in thyroid eye disease. It's like a autoimmune disease. So that's interesting. Of course, the dollar figure would be interesting if we could figure out what the dollar figure is. Sometimes these companies, these small drug companies or small biotech companies get like a an agreement or a licensing or something, and the deal's worth as much as the market cap or more. So that's why they can run a lot, because imagine this is like multi-million-dollar. Like this company has a market cap of 386 million. So if it's just this one agreement is like 100 million, that's pretty significant, and the revenue that'll be a huge increase in revenue. But it looks like it'll take a lot of digging to find that out. But I see this company's earnings have grown substantially past few years. Revenue was about 50 million in 2021. In 2022, it was over 100 million. So they grew revenue about 100%. So that's pretty good stuff going on there, especially if they got this new partnership with Amgen. Yeah, revenue on the trailing 12 months is 152 million. Excuse me. So the revenue growth has just been really consistent. So they seem to be good at getting partnerships, it looks like, maybe just based on this last one. So it's like a $2 stock too, and I'm not gonna look at their balance sheet and do a lot of analysis here, but definitely some good stuff going on there. And it held up after hours too. It was about 1% higher in after hours, so it actually finished at 282. So that's pretty it's one of the more interesting ones because it's up on the news. So it's got resistance about $3, so it looks like it's going to try to get there. And it's got a bunch of these on my watch still. And a lot of these I have calls or I'm owning stock into. So one of the interesting things I found was a supernova. I saw the supernova the other day. It's actually it went from like $1 to $4, and I've got to sort this so I can find it, because I sorted these by RSI too, and I found it. Where was it? I think it's well, it should show up in the supernova scan. Yeah, there it is. SWVL is a big time supernova. So this one, this one, it had virtually almost no volume every day for months here. Let's see just how light the volume was. Yeah, it's like a pretty new issue. And then just had no volume. Traded like 5, 10, 20 million shares a day. Yeah, I traded like 1,000 shares on Wednesday in December, and then all of a sudden it trades 312,000 shares, and then 3 million, and then almost a million shares in a day, and it's up from $1 to almost $5. So, and that's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So in 10 days it went up about 400% or so. So that's like the epitome of a supernova. So all this buying volume, it's going to get exhausted, and there's not going to be more buyers to buy. It just can't hold up forever, and it won't. So maybe even tomorrow it's going to have a big red day, or there's going to be a huge battle, and it's going to be down 20% or something. I mean, it could, based on what I've seen with these charts, it could even drop like 50%. I'm not saying it's going to tomorrow, but eventually at some point it's going to go red for a day. But the best thing to do is just wait for that day, unless it takes out a ton of support. Like if it goes down, if it takes out $4 tomorrow, it goes like $3.99. It could easily get that big red day. But it's going to come. It's going to come, and then it's going to correct down at least like 40, 50% most likely. But I haven't done. This is based on the technicals I see. I haven't really looked at the company, but I've got a feeling that's the way it's going to play out. Yeah, it's a $30 million company, NASDAQ. It's the company's headquartered in Dubai. It's a rideshare company. That's funny. It's a mass transit rideshare. Minibuses. Okay. It's founded in 2017, and somehow the stock is up from $1 to $4.77 in 10 days. Well, they had earnings here. This could be interesting. If it really is up on earnings, it may not play out as dramatically, like it may not drop that much, but there's going to be a pullback for sure very soon. Let's see, so they had the cash flow was down from 76 million to 2 million year over year. So that's why the stock's up. Net profit. Well, it looks like they have a net profit. Gross profit was down. That's very strange. So their gross profit was down, but their net profit was up. Must be some one-time things there. Might be a one-time item or maybe a currency. Something with the currencies affected that, like a currency swap, or definitely looks like a one-time thing probably. But it's not really amazing results if their gross profit was down. Wait. No, there's gross loss. Yeah, my bad. I read it wrong. It was actually a gross profit, and they had a gross loss of 2 million in 2022. So it actually did improve a little bit there, but it's still getting ahead of itself, and that technical thing is going to play out like when it gets exhausted. So that's like maybe one of the better supernovas to watch right now. probably is the best supernova that I know of that's still going. And since I'm talking about shorting stuff, I put on some more CHPT puts, and this company's been like a train wreck past couple months. I'm just like a broken record on these, but basically this one, the CEO and CFO like quit on the same day that they announced worse than expected guidance. So it's getting bad, and they're getting out. The CEO's getting out. So, and it's testing right on my support level. And but I put on some more puts the other day, on one of these days here. Can't remember which day exactly it was, but I added some more puts here, and I think those are just like marginally up now, but looks like another breakdown's coming. Like, looks like we're gonna go down to we're in the ones already, so this could be the level test that it just, you know, flushes through and down again, gaps down or something. Cause I basically had to put on some more of those puts because it's just, the setup's too good. The stock's weak off of weak news, and from my estimate, kind of weaker than expected EV market versus when all these stocks were running. You know, like the sentiment flipped a lot in these EV stocks, or just kind of dwindled out. So the other ones are the BLNK. It's on the same level. It's on a major level, just like the other one. And the EVgo is on a level. It's not the lowest level, but it busted through a level today too. And I still got some EVgo puts, even though they are like, I think they're like $1 strike puts. No, it's $2 strike. Yeah. So it's not too bad. I've got like a week or so, about a week for those to hit. So my rig puts are just incredible now. Looks like my rig puts are up 300% now, and I alerted that one back here on this day on the 28th of December. I put on these puts based on crude oil breaking down off a trend, off of what's basically a bear flag, and it busted through that level. So I figured rig has been trading pretty well with oil, so I figured it would just follow, and it did. And it's been a heck of a trade. Like, I basically got kind of shorted near the top of this down leg. It's just holding this down channel perfectly, like I was hoping it would. Because you see, it's done the same thing in the past. It trades right along with crude oil, and like here it had the same kind of down channel back there, and it just can go for days, you know, red for days. So it's coming up on a support level now. So, oh yeah, looks like I need to take some profits. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some profits probably tomorrow, or unless it gaps down, but that'd probably even be a better exit, because we've got this level here. Yeah, and my puts expire on Friday, so yeah, I need to get out of these. I'm up like 300% now. So hopefully we get a gap down. I'll just sell them into the end of the gap down, but maybe not. But we'll see what happens here. It's a big level there. Now, of course, I'm wishing I had like, you know, February puts, or a couple more weeks out. But I guess we'll see what crude oil does. if crude oil keeps breaking down, I may add some more puts. Looks like it's pretty close to a breakdown. Like I think my data feed is still crazy with CL. I think it must have been some kind of spike that got hit, and it's just not working that well. So, but USO is not bad to compare, but it's not the same. But looks like we're coming up on support too, just like rig. So we'll see with that one. And looks like the NASDAQ slowly trending back up. So that's trying to really bull flag, kind of like that weak flag there. And Biotech, my calls are down, but it's still trying to hold trend support there. I put like a 50% stop loss on, which I guess is prudent. And if I get stopped out and it breaks out, I'll probably just re-enter some more calls. But we'll see if it breaks out, because it really looks like it wants to still. And let's look at the Russell, because I've been pretty spot on with that too. Yeah, it's kind of just doing the same thing as the NASDAQ, slow uptrend. Looks like it's barely below my trend support. Yeah, Yeah, this is interesting. It's not really it's not holding trend support. I mean, even if we do pretty conservative, it's just below trend support, and it may just spike above it, or it may fail, and we'll see. Or it may just go sideways. It likes to go sideways too, so that wouldn't surprise me really if we just go sideways for another week or two, like back here. But it's a big level though, so the more it can hold around here, the more likely it is to pop through that level and break out. Because usually in the past, when it hits a resistance level, it spikes in a couple days and then comes back down. But it kind of did that back there. So maybe, yeah, it could just be a slow sell-off. And the momentum could die out. Looking at this volume here. Yeah, it's not very bullish at the moment to me. But we gotta see what it does the next week, or the rest of the week, really. But the biotechs are still working, so I'm just gonna keep buying those if I do go long anything. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to go through. Just want to check the Bitcoin stocks. Bitcoin's been incredibly strong, even though the market hasn't been super strong. Like Bitcoin hit like 47,000. So it's still got momentum. And some of these charts, they look like bull flags to me. Like, yeah, move these up. Like, yeah, that one looks, that's a triangle right there. It's a symmetrical triangle. Ooh, yeah, but look, it barely failed. It could just be widening out, and like it could look like that. But we just need to see a break over like 57 cents. This one's like lesser followed. But I thought that was interesting because it was holding up a lot better than the other Bitcoin and crypto miners. Like it's actually holding up pretty close to this breakout level compared to, Riot or Mara. I mean, Mara's came down a good bit, and Riot like had some pretty big flush days there. I mean, they're not totally different, but they just seem to be holding up a little better with that triangle because these are all bull flags. Like cores that look like a bull flag right there. It's got another day or two to try to hold that. And it looks like a bull flag. I mean, look at that decreasing volume, that decreasing sell volume on the flag there. That's a bull flag. And both of those were pretty lesser followed. I mean, they're not like huge names. This looks like a bull flag too. It's a bull flag. Maybe that's gonna hit some trend support. Could be turned to trend support. Any day maybe. It depends on how Bitcoin does, of course. Oh, look at that. NTNX is breaking out again. Wow. This one, this is a cloud company, database. It's kind of lesser talked about, but at least on like Twitter, I guess. And I just never heard anybody talk about it. And to me, it's one of the best ones because they actually had a buyout offer like a year ago. There's like a leak, or there's like a rumor that they were getting bought out. Might have even been 2 years ago, but it was at least a year ago. I think it was December 2022. There was a talk about a buyout, and this one has been really strong. Probably outperformed the sector. I mean, or the cloud, other cloud stocks, but I'm not sure. But to me, the way it's just uptrended basically for months. It's never really had a bad month, like a really bad month. Because it hasn't broken trend. Like it almost kind of broke down there, but it found support again. It's just been incredible, and I was really thinking about buying calls back in the 30s, and I mean it would have been tough because it was choppy, but I guess that's why it's always better to buy farther out. But this one's going, it's still going. I mean, it's really outperforming because it's breaking out now, even though a lot of tech's not breaking out. So that's pretty interesting. Plus, you got that buyout possibility too. So speaking of that, the one I put on my Twitter or my X, this company is actually getting bought out for $57 a share, and the stock was in the 40s, like even with that news out, and it's been slowly uptrending. I guess people are realizing that the deal still can go through, so it's a $57 share buyout, so it's still about like an 11% gain from these prices. So that's kind of interesting one. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to cover because I can't go through like every sector here or anything, but I just wanted to touch on some of those biopharma companies, especially the ones that just hit today, that just got some strength. Like I found these just going through my 8% gainer scan and sorting by RSI to, I mean, there's even more that didn't, I mean, some of these are kind of just like this oncology. There's a Santa Biotech was up 39% today. I mean, that could even follow through, but I usually don't try to buy stocks with that pattern, you know, where it spikes up and then, because usually there's like a pullback off of a 30% move. And there's another healthcare company, the ZEP, and there's another one, Generation Bio, that looks like a biotech. The IMPP is a great chart, IMMP, that I talked about, and it's another medical company, ICCM, is breaking out again off that crazy consolidation. ICCM, those are isotopes, that might be a bio too. The ICCM is interesting too because it could have a major breakout going there. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, that level is hard to pinpoint. Like it's got levels here. There's some not so clear levels back there, but it's breaking out over the close from that day. It's off of a high flag. And it's got the uptrend. So that's a good one too. I'm not sure what's going on with this one, but let's see if it has a history. It doesn't have a history though. It's kind of disappointing because it does have a lot of levels to deal with back here. It's got a lot of resistance, so it'd be nicer to know that it has a history of running. So there's another one, Epix Pharma, EPIX, the ticker, Epix Pharma. It's another breakout. Man, these things are breaking out even though the market is pretty much doing nothing here. There's another one, IPSC, Century Therapeutics, breakout. It's breaking out over some highs there. Orthopedics, another medical, another oncology. And that's basically probably a pharmaceutical or therapeutics company. It's another therapeutics, CTMX. Like some of these I've never heard of, so if I don't know the ticker, it may not have a history of running. Yeah, there's the ADCT, but I got alerted that one like a week ago. And these are all just in the top gainers for today, at least in my under $20 stock universe. There's so many of them. Macrogenics, that sounds like a bio or a pharma. CDXS, yeah, I was thinking about that one as a possibility. Yeah, it could be some trend support. CDXS. Yeah, I think that's about it that I'm gonna look at. So that's gonna be the wrap for today, and hopefully some of these stocks in the indexes can figure out what they're gonna do. So we can get a breakout on some ETFs like IBB or something. But as long as oil keeps going down, and some of these small cap bios keep breaking out, I'll be pretty happy. And it looks like that's going to be the case, at least on the biotech, because it's still so much strength. So I'll catch you in the next video.